In the winter of 2023, a team of fearless climbers, led by the renowned Alex Graham, embarked on an expedition to conquer the treacherous slopes of Mount Everest. Alongside Alex were his closest friends and climbing partners. Sarah Mitchell, a seasoned mountaineer known for her unshakable resolve, and Mark Reynolds, a technical expert with nerves of steel. Their journey began with excitement and hope, dreams of reaching the summit, igniting a fire within them. As they ascended, the air grew colder, and an unsettling quiet settled over the landscape. The team trudged forward, determined to conquer the mountain that had claimed the lives of so many before them. Days turned into nights, and the weight of the mountain's history began to bear down on them. Strange whispers seemed to dance on the wind, and unease gnawed at their minds. Despite their experience, they couldn't ignore the eerie sensation that they were being watched. One morning, they stumbled upon a gruesome tableau that etched fear into their souls. Half buried in the snow was the mangled body of a fellow climber, their twisted features locked in a final, agonized expression. Sarah's breath hitched, and Mark's hands trembled as they stared at the macabre sight. Beside the body, crimson-stained footprints painted a chilling trail into the shadows. The three friends exchanged horrified glances, their hearts pounding in unison. Alex's bravado wavered as he saw the bloodied path vanish into the rocky terrain, a trail that held the promise of unimaginable terror. That night, as the wind howled through the crags, a guttural growl pierced the silence. Fear clenched at their hearts as their flashlights swept the darkness, revealing a monstrous figure lurking just beyond the edge of the light. The creature's matted fur glistened with a disturbing mixture of blood and snow, and its malevolent eyes bore into their souls. The Snow Yeti stood before them, a grotesque fusion of man and beast that defied reason and sanity. Sarah's voice trembled as she whispered the words they all dared not utter. "It's real." Mark's usually steady hands shook as they clung to his ice axe, and even Alex, the indomitable leader, felt the icy fingers of terror clutching at his heart. As the creature approached, their instincts kicked in, and they fled into the darkness, their breath misting in the frigid air. The mountain's terrain turned against them, leading them deeper into its treacherous depths, as if mocking their desperate attempts to escape the Snow Yeti's pursuit. One by one, their strength waned, the harsh cold seeping into their bones. They pressed on, each step weighted with the specter of the creature behind them. The Snow Yeti's presence was a constant looming threat, its blood-curdling roars echoing through the unforgiving landscape. Amid the relentless chase, their minds began to fray. They saw shadows darting just beyond their vision, felt fingers brushing their necks in the darkness. Mark's grip on reality loosened, and he started muttering to unseen figures, his words a desperate plea for salvation. In their frantic flight, Alex stumbled upon a hidden ice-covered crevice, a small entrance into the mountain's heart. Desperation guided them deeper, their flashlights revealing a morbid tapestry of bones that adorned the cave's walls. The remnants of those who had sought refuge before them stared back with hollow eyes. Days turned into nights as they navigated the labyrinthine tunnels, the cave's cruel embrace tightening with every step. Their supplies dwindled, their energy faded, and Mark's sanity slipped further into the abyss. The Snow Yeti's guttural growls and haunting cries pushed them to the edge of madness. But then, a glimmer of hope pierced the darkness, a fissure in the cave wall, a promise of escape. Weak and battered, they emerged into the blinding daylight, gasping for air as they basked in the snow's icy embrace. The relief was short-lived as the chilling cry of the Snow Yeti echoed in the distance. As they stared back at the cave entrance, they saw the creature's massive form receding into the shadows. Their hearts pounded with the weight of their ordeal, their souls forever scarred by the horrors they had witnessed. In the aftermath, only Alex stood at the mountain's base, a survivor of a nightmare that would forever haunt his dreams. The tale of the Snow Yeti and the climbers who dared to defy the mountain's chilling secrets became a whispered legend, a story of horror and survival that would linger in the hearts of those who heard it, a chilling cry from the frozen abyss of Mount Everest. The expedition ended in tragedy, but the story of their harrowing ordeal continued to unfold, etching its horrors into the minds of those who listened. Alex returned to civilization with haunted eyes. The memories of his friends and the monstrous Snow Yeti burned into his psyche. He spoke of their final moments, the bone-chilling roars of the creature and the oppressive weight of the mountain's darkness. The townspeople listened with a mixture of fascination and disbelief. Some dismissed his account as a trauma-induced hallucination, while others shuddered at the thought of a lurking terror within the icy expanse of Everest. Over time, the tale evolved into a campfire story, whispered among climbers as a cautionary tale of the mountain's malevolent spirit. Years passed, and the legend only grew stronger. The Snow Yeti became a symbol of the unknown terrors that lay hidden in the shadows, and the climbers who ventured to the summit often spoke of strange sounds, glimpses of monstrous shapes, and the palpable feeling of being watched. Sarah's and Mark's families mourned their loss, forever haunted by the knowledge that their loved ones' remains were claimed by the mountain's heart. The chilling image of their twisted corpses remained etched in their minds, a constant reminder of the horrors that could befall even the bravest souls. As time passed, the legend of the Snow Yeti and the ill-fated climbers became entwined with the lore of Mount Everest. The whispers of the mountain's chilling tales echoed through generations, a testament to the enduring power of fear and the darkness that could lie hidden within the most majestic landscapes. And so, to this day, climbers tread the slopes of Everest with a mixture of awe and trepidation. The chilling cry of the Snow Yeti still haunts the mountain's peaks, a reminder that some stories, no matter how terrifying, never truly fade. As the wind whistles through the crags and the snowdrifts shift, the echoes of that fateful expedition linger, a chilling tribute to the eternal mysteries of the frozen abyss. The haunting legend of the Snow Yeti cast its spell over Mount Everest, beckoning adventurers with promises of glory and conquest. Among the latest group to fall victim to its lure were 4 brave souls: Rachel, a tenacious journalist seeking the ultimate story; Jason, an adrenaline junkie with a penchant for the supernatural; Emma, a biologist fascinated by the unknown; and Michael, an experienced climber with an unshakable belief in his skills. Each one brought their own reasons for joining the expedition. Yet the pull of the chilling tale was undeniable. Armed with cameras, recording devices, and the misguided belief that they could conquer the mountain's secrets, they embarked on a journey that would forever change their lives. As the sun dipped below the horizon, the group gathered around their flickering campfire, their faces illuminated by its wavering glow. Despite their excitement, a sense of unease settled in their stomachs, the weight of the mountain's dark history pressing down on them. Their equipment picked up strange sounds, whispers carried on the frigid wind that seemed to mock their presence. In the dead of night, a bone-chilling roar erupted from the shadows, tearing through the campsite like a scream from the abyss. The firelight cast grotesque shadows that danced along the rocks, distorting their already heightened senses. The Snow Yeti emerged, a towering figure of terror that defied the laws of nature. Its eyes glowed with an otherworldly malevolence as it fixated on the group, its massive form poised to strike. Fear clutched at their hearts as they backed away, their eyes locked on the creature's razor-sharp claws. Rachel's fingers trembled as she fumbled to capture the creature on camera, her instincts warring with the bone-deep terror that told her to run. With an unsettling calm, Jason raised his camera, his voice trembling as he muttered, "Proof. We need proof." Flash illuminated the Snow Yeti's monstrous features, etching the grotesque image into their memories. But the creature was not content with mere documentation. It advanced, its guttural growls echoing through the frigid air. Panic and instinct fused, and they fled into the darkness. The adrenaline-fueled sprint, blurring the lines between reality and nightmare. In their frantic escape, the group became scattered, each member falling prey to their own worst fears. Jason, overcome by an overwhelming wave of terror, stumbled and plummeted into an unforgiving crevice, his terrified screams swallowed by the abyss. His voice echoed through the icy tunnels, a haunting reminder of the horrors that awaited in the shadows. Emma and Michael, their breaths ragged and their hearts pounding, sprinted desperately through the winding passages. Their lungs burned as the frigid air seared their throats, and the oppressive darkness seemed to close in around them. Yet they pressed on. Driven by fear and desperation to escape the creature's relentless pursuit. As dawn's feeble light pierced the shadows, the horrific scene revealed itself in all its grisly detail. Emma's lifeless body lay sprawled on the icy ground, her limbs torn from her torso with savage precision. Michael's fate was equally gruesome. His mangled form, a testament to the Snow Yeti's unrelenting power. News of the group's disappearance reached Alex Graham, who couldn't ignore the call of duty that tugged at his heart. Guided by a mix of grief and determination, he set out for the campsite, his mind filled with images of his friends and the horrifying fate that had befallen them. The journey was a grim pilgrimage to honor their memory and uncover the truth behind the chilling legend. When he arrived, he found the campsite in shambles, the remnants of the ill-fated expedition, a stark reminder of the mountain's merciless power. The silence was punctuated only by the distant howl of the wind and the lingering echo of the snow. Yeat's roar. As he stood there, his breath misting in the frigid air, Alex felt a presence watching him, a fleeting glimpse of a monstrous figure disappearing into the shadows. The Snow Yeti's chilling cry resonated through the air, a haunting reminder that the mountain's secrets were not meant to be unraveled. Haunted by the horrors he had witnessed and the deaths of those who had ventured into Everest's heart, Alex made a solemn promise to never return to the mountain's icy embrace. He had learned the hard way that the legends were not to be trifled with, that the mountain's mysteries were best left buried beneath its frozen peaks. The legacy of the Snow Yeti persisted, a chilling warning that lingered in the hearts of climbers and adventurers alike. The tale of Rachel, Jason, Emma, and Michael's ill-fated quest became a whispered cautionary story, passed down through generations as a grim reminder of the mountain's unrelenting darkness. As the wind whistled through the crags and the snowdrifts shifted, the echoes of those who had dared to defy the mountain's secrets remained a haunting tribute to the chilling legacy of the Snow Yeti and the unending terrors that lay within its depths.